Imagine, you finally landed a job in a studio you wanted to work in for years. Today's the day you will present the project that you worked for 8 months to the CEO himself. You present your idea, an animated film. You talk about the use of 3D animation, but soon a question is asked.
How much will this cost?
You answer.
Well, I think the same as a normal movie would cost, right?
But immediately he responds.
The only reason to use 3D animation is to make it faster or cheaper.
Then he leaves, and 5 minutes later, you receive a call from the CEO. He tells you,
Well, John, your project is now complete, as your employment is also terminated.
this was the reality of John Lasseter, the future Chief Creative Officer of Pixar Animation Studios. Hello and welcome, I'm DWK, and today let's explore the turbulent beginnings of Pixar. Today I decided to bring somewhat of an expert to this one, Snikrep. This guy watched every single Pixar movie in one go, so he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, bus. Oh no, not my shit! Somebody do
Why am I doing this to myself?
And before I forget, please consider subscribing if you enjoy these videos. They take a long time to write and script. Well, without further ado, let's explore the humble beginnings of Pixar. For this story, we'll need to go way back to 1971. Ed Catmull and Elvira Smith joined the Computer Graphics Lab, organized by the New York Institute of Technology. Their goal is simple: try to basically speedrun 3D animation. Soon they're invited to work in the computer division of Lucasfilm, organized by George Lucas himself. They worked on a few computer-made animations, like this one,
instantaneously causing what we call the Genesis effect,
This animation was used for Star Trek 2.
with life-generating results.
Soon in 1984, Ed Catmull and John Lasseter met at a conference. Here they discussed their passion for computer animation. Because of this encounter, John joins the computer division, with the newfound skills of a professional 2D animator on the team. In 1984, the team created the adventures of Andre and Wallaby. This was a breakthrough in 3D animation at the time, from motion blur to character flexibility. After this, the team continued to experiment with films like Stained Glass Night and Young Sherlock Holmes. In 1986, the team created the Pixar Image Computer, a powerful machine used to create 3D renders of high-quality images. They sold it to the medical industry, as well as the government. Still, it wasn't making enough money, so George Lucas had to close down the division. Ed and Alvy asked Lucas to let them do a spin-off of the division, and George was alright with it. So with that, they started looking for new investors, and renamed their company to Pixar. Soon the newly found company found exactly what they were looking for. In 1986, Steve Jobs bought the company from Lucas for $5 million and then invested $5 million more to see what the team can do. And do they did. Soon Luxor Jr. was created. It featured the iconic lamp from the Pixar intro, and was the first 3D animated film to get nominated for the Academy Award. After this, the team worked on a few more shorts, like Red's Dream, Teen Toy, and Knick Knack. But even with all this incredible progress, the division had to be sold off to help pay the bills. At this point, Pixar had to take on projects like the Tropicana ad and many more. But to Pixar's luck, Disney came to them with an offer for partnership. An offer for partnership to work on CAPS, the Computer Animation Production System, was basically a way to lower the prices of labor costs on ink, paint, and post-production processes. This was just the beginning of the collaboration between Pixar and Disney.
Isn't it funny that a guy who got fired from Disney not so long ago was now working with them as a partner? Well, I wouldn't say their relationship improved all that much since. John received 3 invitations from Disney to be a director of a film, yet he decided to stay with his crumbling company. This man had a dream for his first feature film. He pitched to Disney and they signed a deal between Disney and Pixar. Now with $28 million of funding, John Lasseter set out to create the first ever 3D animated feature film. Pixar wanted their films to be different from Disney, to give them their own feeling if you will. But with Disney also at the wheel, Toy Story was initially trying to be edgy, which resulted in Woody becoming an abnormally unlikable character.
off the bed. Hey! Off the bed!
You gonna make us, Woody?
No. He is. Slinky! Slinky! Get up here and do your job! Are you deaf? I said take care of them!
I'm sorry, Woody, but I have to agree with them. I don't think what you did was right.
What? Am I hearing correctly? You don't think I was right? Who said your job was to think, Spring Wiener?
Well, I just thought that
use
you...
this vast reserve of brain power to consider this for a moment.
Thank God they changed that. In record time, the first storyboard was rewritten and the movie was back on its track. Soon, Toy Story would be released and gather wide praise amongst the public. But with the current contract in place, Disney received most of the film revenue and had the rights for merchandising. Pixar realised that if a single movie flopped, so would the company. So with help from Steve Jobs, they raised $150 million for the budding studio. But to their luck, in 1977 Disney was okay with renegotiating the contract. Pixar wanted to be 50-50 partners with Disney, and they said okay. Bug's Life was released and it was another success. And the film was also accompanied by a short film called Jerry's Game, which started the tradition of showing shorts before big movies. But some problems arose once again. The same contract from 1977 was here to haunt Pixar again. Toy Story 2 was supposed to be a direct-to-video sequel. However, it was soon upgraded to a full theatrical release. Pixar wanted this movie to count as one of the 3 contracted sequels, but Disney said no. After finally getting the movie back, Pixar had to, once again, rewrite the script, as the script Disney was pushing was a complete mess. But to Pixar's luck and hard labour, Toy Story 2 was another success, further securing the company's position as an animation studio. Shortly after the release of Toy Story 2, Disney said that they won't pursue any more sequels, although they contractually could. But the next few years would be the golden age of Pixar. Pixar was finally able to spread their wings without worrying about bankruptcy, although their relationship with Disney was kind of on the ropes. With Disney not budging the old contract, Pixar wanted more money for their films. After the 2004 contract breaking down, Pixar was openly searching for a new investor, after which Disney created the Circle 7 animation department, and tasked them with creating Toy Story 3, which Pixar weren't too happy about obviously. Now, this part of Pixar's history is a bit blurry. All we know for sure is that on October 1st, 2004, the old CEO of Disney was replaced by Bob Iger, who immediately reopened talks with Pixar. In 2006, the perfect scenario for both sides happened.
Disney bought Pixar and let them do everything they wanted. At this moment, Pixar was not only a famous animation company, but a stable one, where they could rest with Disney at their side. And before I forget, yes, Snikrep, on May 26, 2006, Cars was released,
Yes!
as the first movie after Pixar was bought by Disney. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you're interested in something similar to this, watch my video on Soviet arcade cabinets. But in any case, see you sometime within the next millennia.